It's happening! Arsenal makes insane move for top target this January. And if that wasn't enough, Arteta confirms entering the race for Moscow's £25 million wonderkid. To top it off, Gabriel Jesus reveals the secret plan with Martin Odegaard that made Arsenal's hat trick possible. All this and more you can check out now with the top Arsenal news directly from Emirates Stadium. So make sure to like the video and check your subscription so you don't miss any updates. And without further ado, let's get started. Arsenal remain actively searching for a striker as the January transfer window approaches, signaling a clear need to strengthen their attacking options. During the summer transfer window, the Gunners were heavily linked with numerous forwards, but Mikel Arteta was unable to secure a new goalscorer for his squad. Instead, Arsenal have relied on Kai Havertz to lead the line for much of the season, while Gabriel Jesus recently dazzled fans with a jaw-dropping hat trick against Crystal Palace, reminding everyone of his quality. Despite Jesus' brilliance and Havertz's efforts, the need for a reliable and consistent striker remains a pressing issue. With the Premier League title race heating up, Arteta must make it a top priority to bring in a clinical finisher this winter, someone who can elevate Arsenal's attack to the next level. Arsenal still keen on Benjamin Shesko transfer. Arsenal made an ambitious attempt to sign Benjamin Shesko during the summer transfer window, but the young striker decided to stay put at RB Leipzig. It's easy to see why Mikel Arteta is so keen on the Slovenian forward. At just 21 years old, Shesko boasts the complete package: clinical finishing, physical dominance, and the kind of pace and power that can terrify defenders. Despite the rejection, Arsenal have not thrown in the towel on their pursuit of the rising star. According to the Daily Mail, Shesko remains a priority target for the Gunners. The club reportedly held talks over a potential move in the summer and have maintained strong relationships with his representatives, inviting them to the Emirates on multiple occasions. However, a major sticking point for Shesko was the prospect of playing a secondary role behind Kai Havertz, which raised doubts about a move to North London. Instead, he opted to sign a new deal with Leipzig, but Arsenal's ongoing interest suggests the story is far from over. With 28 goals for club and country last season, it's clear why the Gunners are eager to keep the door open for a future deal. It's understandable why Benjamin Shesko might hesitate to join Arsenal if it means playing second fiddle to Kai Havertz or competing with a revitalized Gabriel Jesus, who looks determined to reclaim his starting spot. No striker wants to make a big move only to spend most of their time on the bench. However, competition should never deter a player of Shesko's caliber. Mikel Arteta has the charisma and tactical vision to assure the Slovenian forward that opportunities will be there for him to shine. If he performs, he could very well stake his claim as Arsenal's main man up front. Shesko's current form only strengthens the case for his potential move. With 10 goals in 22 matches for RB Leipzig this season, he's already proving that he belongs at the top level. If he backs himself, there's no reason he couldn't thrive in the Premier League and make the grade at Arsenal. It's also clear that the Gunners are playing the long game by maintaining a strong rapport with Shesko's agents. They're laying the groundwork to convince the young striker that the Emirates is the perfect next step in his career. If Arsenal can sell their vision, Shesko might just decide to take the leap. Arteta confirms entering the race for Moscow's £25 million wonderkid. TBR Football has learned that Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester City are all in the race to sign Spartak Moscow's rising star Manfred Ugalde in the upcoming January transfer window. The 22-year-old striker has been making waves across Europe with his phenomenal performances for Spartak Moscow. Ugalde's numbers this season are nothing short of spectacular, with 15 goals and just 17 starts during the first half of the Russian Premier League campaign. With the league now on its winter break until March, the timing could be perfect for a January move. It's no surprise that some of the Premier League's biggest clubs are circling, as Ugalde's goal-scoring prowess and composure in front of goal have made him one of the most talked about young talents on the continent. TBR Football's lead correspondent Graham Bailey has revealed that Spartak Moscow striker Manfred Ugalde has become a hot commodity among top European clubs, with Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester City showing strong interest. The 22-year-old's blistering form has caught the attention of scouts across Europe, and there's an added twist. Ugalde has a release clause in his contract set at just £25 million. This relatively modest price tag has only heightened the interest in the young forward. Ugalde, who moved to Spartak from FC Twente in January 2024, could be on the move again after just a year in Russia. His representatives have reportedly made it clear to potential suitors that the release clause is active, setting the stage for a possible bidding war more in January. Arsenal and Chelsea are both actively searching for a new striker and have been closely monitoring Ugalde's performances. The Costa Rican has impressed both clubs with his consistency and goal-scoring ability. Manchester City, on the other hand, have a unique connection to Ugalde. The City Group, the organization behind the Premier League champions, first discovered the player in 2022 during his time in Costa Rica. They facilitated his move to Europe, where he initially joined their Belgian affiliate, Lommel. Pep Guardiola's side is well aware of his potential and could make a move to bring him to Manchester. With Ugalde's release clause making him an attractive option, the January window could see an intense battle for his signature. Gabriel Jesus reveals secret plot he had with Martin Odegaard that made Arsenal hat-trick possible. Gabriel Jesus silenced his critics in spectacular fashion, delivering a stunning hat-trick that propelled Arsenal to a thrilling 3-2 victory over Crystal Palace on Wednesday night. The Brazilian's brilliance secured the Gunners a coveted spot in the EFL Cup semi-finals as he stole the show at the Emirates Stadium. This performance was a much-needed breakthrough for Jesus, who had been struggling for form, with only one goal across all competition since January. But against Palace, he rediscovered his clinical touch, oozing confidence with every strike and reminding fans of his true quality in the final third. The Emirates faithful couldn't hide their excitement, cheering on their striker's electrifying display. Now the challenge for Jesus is to keep this momentum going and turn this resurgence into a consistent run of form. But it wasn't a solo act. Martin Odegaard's impact off the bench proved decisive as well, with the Norwegian maestro adding creativity and control to Arsenal's midfield, shifting the game in the Gunners' favor when it mattered most. While Jesus may grab the headlines, this was a team effort that showcased Arsenal's resilience and depth as they chase silverware this season. What Gabriel Jesus said to Martin Odegaard against Crystal Palace. Mikel Arteta hailed Odegaard's impact as a substitute and now wants to see the rest of his Arsenal squad following the club captain's example in this regard. Stepping into the action for the second half, at which point the North London club were 1-0 down, Odegaard provided the assist for 2 of Jesus' goals to help turn the game around. As quoted by The Mirror, Jesus revealed after the match that he and the midfielder had planned a means of combining against Crystal Palace. He said, "The quality that Martin has is amazing. He's a type of a player that can pass these balls and put you in front of the goal." That's what I was telling him. I said, "Martin, I know your qualities, so I'll go in behind. If it's open, I go. You don't need to look. I will be there." He played amazing balls, and I was able to finish the action. Bukayo Saka as well, but I think everyone today tried their best. It's not easy when you change a lot. Normally, we don't play together a lot in the games, and that's a little bit tricky. At the end, we did our job and won the game. This scheme paid off to devastating effect as the duo booked Arsenal's place in the next round of the competition. Mikel Arteta now faces a crucial question. Can Gabriel Jesus capitalize on his newfound confidence and transform his EFL Cup heroics into consistent performances for Arsenal? The 27-year-old's hat-trick against Crystal Palace silenced doubters momentarily, but many argue that Arsenal might need to move on from the Brazilian if he cannot sustain this level. For Jesus, this is a pivotal moment, an opportunity to prove he can still deliver the goods and salvage his career at the Emirates Stadium. While Kai Havertz remains the preferred option to lead the line, Jesus has thrust himself back into contention, potentially earning a start in this weekend's Premier League clash against Palace. The pressure is on and the stakes are high. Jesus must show that his midweek brilliance wasn't just a fleeting moment, but the beginning of a resurgence. If he can deliver consistency and goals, he could rewrite his story at Arsenal and re-establish himself as a vital piece in Arteta's puzzle. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.